In addition to LSD and marijuana, there are a few other popular psychedelic drugs. One of these is psilocybin. As we've already learned, it comes from a mushroom that grows in marshy pastures, often on cowpats. The Aztec Indians frequently used these mushrooms in religious ceremonies, usually eating about 12 of them. If you were to taste one, you would find it to have a very bitter and unpleasant taste. If you were to eat some of these sacred mushrooms, you might expect the following sequence of events. Initially, there would be nausea, then muscular relaxation. Next, coldness of the limbs, dilation of the pupils, and wild hilarity. And all of this would be followed by an LSD-type trip. Recently, psilocybin has been synthesized and is currently available on the illegal market in either crystalline powdered or liquid form. Another psychedelic drug is obtained from a small gray-brown cactus plant. The tops of the cactus is sliced into small discs that are dried in the sun and then crushed or boiled in fluid to make tea. Occasionally, the cactus slices are chewed until soft and then swallowed. The taste is comparable to a dried orange rind, and nausea usually occurs when they are eaten. The Indians of the Native American Church of North America are permitted to use this substance, known as peyote, in their religious ceremonies. The effects of the drug are due to a chemical known as mescaline. Mescaline is now produced synthetically and is available on the illegal market in a soluble crystalline powder dissolved in a capsule. The effects last longer than LSD or psilocybin, but the trip is comparable. STP came on the scene in the summer of 1967. It's believed that several thousand capsules were distributed free in San Francisco in April or May of that year. It's not clear as to how the initials STP originated, but one theory suggests that it was started by the Hells Angels motorcycle gang who likened it to the motor oil additive. Others claim that STP stands for Serenity, Tranquility, and Peace, and was coined by Timothy Leary. STP is not found in nature, but must be made in the laboratory. Chemically, STP is related to amphetamine and mescaline. It apparently is the same as a drug produced by Dow Chemical Company known as DOM. At any rate, STP is stronger and more long-lasting than LSD. It has been said that an LSD trip is like being let out of a cage, whereas an STP trip is more like being shot out of a cannon. However, STP is not as strong on a weight-for-weight basis as LSD. It's just that once you get enough to turn you on, the effects are stronger with STP. Some of the main differences that have been reported between LSD and STP are: STP is stronger. There is a physical trembling during STP tripping. Mental confusion is less with STP. There is a stronger sensation of timelessness with STP. Everything has a now orientation. And STP lasts much longer than LSD. So the main psychedelic drugs are LSD, marijuana, psilocybin, peyote, mescaline, and STP. The principal differences between these drugs is the amount that it takes to turn you on. There are minor differences along the way, but in the middle of the trip, most people couldn't tell the difference. You do not develop a physical dependency to the psychedelic drugs, and it would be much easier to give them up than it would be to give up smoking. You do, however, develop a tolerance to these drugs, meaning that it takes more of the drug to turn you on. And it's not clear whether these drugs cause brain damage, damage to chromosomes, or damage to unborn children. Many scientists feel that they definitely do. Others do not find these dangers. Most, however, suspect that there are very real dangers to the brain, to the chromosomes, and to the unborn children. In addition to the physiological effects, one may develop a psychological dependency on the psychedelic drugs, and many regular users degenerate behaviorally, losing ambition and dropping out of the mainstream of life.